and I've held a fab one. Not on a
Anyway,
gun
there
though.
was one. There was one, and then it went away, and then it came back. No, it won, and then it went away, and then they made a plastic. Another company made a plastic version. They probably got pissed, and the first company came back and improved theirs. But anyway, that Sig one would be good too. But anyway, we're live now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
people start coming in. I put the link on the main page too, so everybody that refreshes will eventually see this or hear this. Or maybe they won't. If they refresh after I said that, then I could have totally snuck that in there and they wouldn't even know that the link is on the main page. Oh, I guess I could also just put the link in the chat.
I'm tired of flying, man. I'm telling you. Prop planes. I don't know. I don't really. The prop planes are kind of fun though, because you're under the clouds. You know, you fly at like 10,000 feet, 8,000 feet. You know, so you see the ground the whole time. They're always a little sketch. I think you'd never be remembered. You know, if you if you went down, it's just a small number of people. They're like, oh, prop plane. Well, of course. What are they thinking?
Exactly. Well, they took their life in their hands when they decided to fly that way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit.
Thank you for running. I really do not want to run tonight.
Oh, you're running it. You just don't know you're running it.
Yeah.
I had to do some pretty intricate engineering, but it's being hosted on your machine.
We're sourcing it. It's run on cheese.
All right, well, I need ice, so I'll be back in a bit. I put the link in there so people can find it and get in here, I guess.
Yeah. No, you got to get ice.
Anyway, what I was trying to say in there is that we need to have more primetime chats. There used to be 2 primetime chats every night, and then we were, for a while there, thinking about cramming a third one in the beginning, right? And then there was an after chat with all the late night stuff.
Mm.
So all of a sudden we've turned into this like one chat a night, and then it goes to general chat. So I'm trying to encourage people to get, because look how good guy did right there. He's gonna take Edge's Friday from him probably. I can't see much competition with people complaining about that.
No way.
Yeah,
Did you see that chat yesterday with Strange in it? He had all kinds of good points. He was defending. Well, you don't like his points probably, but he was defending, freedom or whatever.
Oh, you know, just freedom, liberty.
Yeah, liberty, exactly. The rights.
American way.
I hated it.
All right, I'll be back. Yeah. What, hated that that Strange was, Frank Strange? Yeah, Frank Strange was, whatever.
Frank
you were mad that he was in the chat, or that he was defending freedom?
That he was defending freedom.
By the way, why do you
get, I want to know why G-Webs is actually getting ice. It's just going to melt before he can get it back into his glass.
You ain't even kidding, dude. I put it in a styrofoam cup and it still melts in like 10 minutes.
I'm trying to find definite people. I've got Tack Daddy for tomorrow for sure. At least he says for sure. Oh, you know the chat I'm doing tomorrow night, correct?
No, I've been a little out of pocket.
Alright, let's see. I'll put a link in the internal. It's the article I want to talk about. In my chat, I think it's a cool idea, I think.
Well, then you should promote it. I mean, you should say,
Well, I have been on my chats, and
don't keep
the chats
yourself
I've
from the
been in.
world.
What are we promoting?
Almost every
Read.
chat I've been talking about it. Either at the beginning or
Sure,
at
it's
the end of
cat
the chat.
related.
You No, it's
Spade,
basically
neuter your
the mind.
cats.
Yeah,
Like Bob Barker
yeah,
says.
yeah,
I need to
exactly.
neuter
No,
my
the
cats.
mindset of
Remember
the
that word,
anti-gunner.
pet, spayed, and neutered.
Well, yes, you should have your pet spayed or neutered,
Of course.
unless you're specifically into breeding purebreds.
There's like a 5-minute cat limit talk on this chat, or I'll shut this one down. I'll tell you. I got some algorithm.
Hey,
Listen,
I'm not the one with the cat picture.
trust me. Yeah, my dogs will get pissed.
I'm not talking cats. You did.
Uh,
You're
oh
just
yeah,
jealous.
those are all great topics. Yeah, you're right.
What's a good topic?
I
What are we
don't get
talking
enough
about?
pussy. So.
The mindset of the anti-gunner.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like another one of those preaching to the choir chats.
Well, it's not preaching to the choir because we're all for guns, but how easy is it for us to put ourselves into the mindset of a person who does not want guns?
I will
Suppose you
work
had a
with a
point.
bunch of those people.
It's not
I don't
easy to
need.
put yourself into somebody else's mindset.
I don't need to put myself in the mindset. I just talk to them for a minute, and then I realize they just go by emotion and not facts at all.
That's only one part. People only go by emotion.
And it's one of those things where just because I believe it's this way and this is how it should be, everyone else should conform to that, and I don't care about your opinion. I feel like that's what they pretty much say.
But this article also, if you read this article, it actually goes through and trying to actually be able to change their mind about being anti-gun. You can't win with everybody, but you can convert some people. Some people are anti-gun because they themselves harbor these aggressive tendencies that they never act on. So they project that mindset onto their neighbors. So if their
You can't
neighbor,
trust me, and so I shouldn't be able to trust you.
right? Yeah, so they do this thing where, if they had a bad day and they owned a gun, they go out and start shooting their neighbor for playing the television too loud or whatever it may be. But that's how they would react if they were rationally thinking. Be able to think it through. But instead, they project that onto their neighbor because he owns a gun, and what if he has a bad day like I just had? Is he going to come over to my house and start shooting me because I was playing my television too loud?
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's just one of the
thing,
mindsets.
I know, and it's like if you were that kind of a person, though, way before you ever got your carry permit, you would have stabbed somebody. You would have hit somebody with your car. You would have hit somebody with a baseball bat because you have no self-control, apparently. That's what they're saying,
No, that's kind of the thing is, but they're able to self-control, but if they had one of those really bad days,
But they're saying that you don't have any self-control, and that's why we can't trust you with a gun.
right. That is what they are saying. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist like Yankee, who's got the degree in it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that explains a whole lot.
You didn't know that?
Yes.
I know. I heard, he said he had a master's. I didn't realize it was I didn't realize it was in psychology.
Yeah, he said he could go back to school, but it's pointless because by the time he got his degree and everything, he had paid so much money that he'd be retired way before he ever paid that back. And so...
Well, if you go ahead and read this article, it's really a good article. I put the link in the internal so you guys can see it. It's a great article, and actually, she writes on how to go through everything. She even talks about communicating with anti-gun people. How to, how to basically treat somebody as an anti-gunner to push your point, but not to alienate them to be anti-gun. And just keep forcing them onto that opinion.
Well, first off, no cute names, no insults.
I don't like how you're using this chat to practice tomorrow's chat topic in this chat. It's cheating.
No, I know. It's cheating.
Hey, I'm glad you're here, Juebs, because I actually had a question for you. Mike's here. Explain that battery thing to him from Red and Black or whatever it is.
You seen Red and Black, Mike?
Or is
Or
it
no,
orange and black?
Red and orange. I mean, red is blue is
Black
is the new orange.
Black.
That's it. Sorry.
On
I
that,
have
you
no
seen
idea
that
what
show
you're
on
talking about.
Netflix?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a show on Netflix that's made by Netflix for Netflix. It's about lesbians. You haven't seen it?
Okay.
Mike's like, it's on the top of my list now.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that gets all excited over lesbians. Just like, okay, so what?
All right, well, then here's what you're going to get excited about. They take a AA battery because they're in prison, and they use like a gum wrapper to light cigarettes with it. So
Not
I
gonna
didn't think
happen.
you have enough. I didn't think you have enough amps in there, but everybody's telling me there's volts or something.
There's only 1.5 volts in a AA battery, and it's voltage that would create an actual arc. So I'm trying to think back to welding school, what the voltage we usually set the arc welders to, but yeah, you
Well,
would not.
110 or 220.
Well, they were fed up. No, these are fed off a 220 bus, but I'm trying to. No, well, the machines were set to actually strike the arc. But anyway, you are not going to get enough of a spark to light off a cigarette. Like even when I was disassembling a laptop battery to harvest the cells, and I accidentally connected ground to the positive end of one of the cells. It was like a little bit of a spark, but it was a crackle, nowhere near enough to catch a cigarette on fire. So even a charged lithium-ion battery is not going to have enough juice to light a cigarette. It's, maybe if you had like 2 or
Wait,
3.
did you hear the part about the gum wrapper?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's metal.
I tried going out and finding a gum wrapper, and all gum nowadays is like in little blister packs. It's square.
Yeah.
It's like,
No,
or it's in
we're
like a
paper
loose
stuff.
pack, or
Probably talking
it's
about
like
like
Trident
old
just in paper.
Wrigley's. Like
Well,
old
yeah, but
Wrigley's actually came in a foil wrapper.
well, all right, but I'm not gonna go buy like vintage gum or nothing. I'm
No,
just
no, I
saying
think-
you can't. It's not like there's that readily available gum with metal wrappers anymore. I don't think.
I think the big pack of Big Red sticked gum, I think
Yeah,
it comes in
really?
aluminum.
Yeah,
No, I recently bought Big Red. Like they only make the flat
good
packs
because I didn't
now.
want to have to buy that.
And
Okay, I thought it did for some reason.
Well,
I saw
extra
someone online who had
gum
some.
to come in that foil wrap stuff. I don't know if it does anymore.
Well, that's the problem. I went to the store and I'm like, oh, look at all these gums, and there's a whole bunch you can rule out because they're not even in wrappers or whatever. And then the ones that kind of look like a regular pack of gum used to look like, I'm not convinced that there's still tinfoil in them. So I'm not going to go buy a million packs of gum for whatever they cost now to find out. So we need to do some kind of online research to figure out what kind of pack of gum you can actually buy that has aluminum and wax paper in it still.
Yeah,
Well, you know what I'm thinking is that you could,
So.
if you're using something like that, you could probably just use the wrapper off a pack of Marlboros because it's actually foil on one side and paper on the other, just like the wrappers used to be. And so anybody that smokes cigarettes
Well,
probably
might
has one of
work,
those
but
things,
it
is that right?
It's not what they did on the TV show, though.
I know. I'm just saying you might be able to do it though.
But isn't the gum wrapper, if I remember correctly, all foil?
no, it's not like a paper
No, it's
lining.
like wax in the middle.
I
But
thought it was
you're not
paper on
going
the
to feel like a
outside.
lesbian if you do it with
and
just
there's the other
cigarette paper.
thing. There's the other thing. I'm not sure a gum wrapper could carry the current to create the spark. it's kind of like MythBusters. Like when they like actually no, like there's a grain. It's like the plot of a Grey's Anatomy episode or a House episode. There was a grain of truth buried in way at the bottom, but they've piled on so much bullshit on top that you really can't tell anymore.
Yeah. And by the way, Glock, I love how the fact that you're giving your microwave cancer.
Huh? What?
Read the internal. He likes giving his microwave cancer.
Oh. See.
I'm not saying that out loud because I don't want any kids getting any bright ideas.
Well, my dad tried to destroy an old credit card in the microwave. We had to air the house out for a couple of hours, let's put it that way. I mean, like, I watched him do it, and I'm like, seriously, if you turn into Arthur Stoner from King of Queens, you're going in a home. I'm not taking care of you.
Yeah, I'm.
CDs in the microwave. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I do have a microwave sitting outside right now that I got to scrap, and just making sure it doesn't have a charge in it.
CDs
just do that
and
with your
DVDs in the
Warhammer.
microwave are fine.
Just wear some, like, really thick gloves. Just whack away at it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but microwaves actually carry enough current unless you actually do have the special, gloves that the people that work on the power lines have. It will kill you. So you got to let them sit for about a week.
All right, weekend guns. What happened this week? Anything good? Anything bad?
In guns, something good. I mean, the district attorney of Green Bay is not bringing any charges against a 15-year-old boy here who on Monday brought a pellet gun, little pellet pistol to school. He was in summer school at Green Bay East here and caused a whole lockdown and SWAT and like 3/4 of the police department to lock down that whole building. And because he was, there was no ill intent and involved in the situation, he wasn't using it to threaten anybody, and it was in his backpack, and then it was in his locker. So the district attorney decided not to bring charges against him, even though the police were pushing for misdemeanor charges.
If it was in his locker and stuff, how did they find out about it?
I guess a kid had seen it and reported it, which I do credit the kid for doing so, because you can't tell one that's a pellet gun. A pellet gun that looks like the Ruger P85. And I looked it up online to see what it looked like, and at a glance, for somebody who doesn't know firearms, it definitely looks like a real gun. So I credit the kid for telling on this 15-year-old, but I also hand it to the district attorney saying that no charges should be brought.
Well, next week on our chat, we're gonna talk about the mental aspects of the pro-narc.
Well, what happened if that was a 15-year-old who, because, did have a real handgun in his locker and was going to use it, later in the day to kill a kid he didn't like, or kill a teacher he was having troubles with, or something like that. What if that kid didn't report it?
No, you're right. It's probably better off that he did.
Aside on the...
Yeah, because let's be honest, at this point, a gun in a school is more, I think it's appropriate if a gun is seen being surreptitiously stowed in a locker. It's reasonable to believe that it would be used for malfeasance and other nefarious purposes.
Breaking out all the big words.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather side on the, or err on the side of caution here, I should say.
In a school, at least.
Yes, in a school.
Unless the gun is in a holster on the hip of someone who's 18 or older.
Correct.
If the kid was a dick or something, I would turn him in. But if he was like a straight up nice person, you know, I would just confront him and be like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here with this?"
Yeah, well, I'm going to say something. The kid's in summer school, so he can't be the brightest kid in the world.
Hmm.
You know,
What?
normally
That's
you're not
totally
in
fucked up, dude. You take summer school to get ahead. Are you kidding? You take
No,
summer
not
school to
that's what I did.
graduate early.
Not in this situation. Didn't do very well in classes.
I took summer school so I could take less classes and work.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying that this kid was, according to everything, was in summer school because he failed classes. Yeah, for me, I didn't have to take summer school. I could have graduated with a half year left to go in high school, but I didn't.
I could have graduated a year early too, but I liked summer school because just the math class is so easy. And then night school, I just took like woodworking and cabinetry. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, my senior year could have been like 4 study halls and done nothing, but I didn't go that route. I actually graduated with full credit. Actually, a half credit more than was possible if you just took classes, thanks to chamber choir, which gave me an extra half credit in my thing. So I actually had 2 years of chamber choir and 1 year driver's ed, which doesn't count any credit for any credits. So I ended up with 28.5 credits graduating year. Max you could get was 28. If you just took 7 hours or 7 credits a year.
I can barely remember high school, let alone however many credits I needed compared to how many credits I had or anything like that.
Yeah, one credit per
I
class.
remember there were credits.
Yeah, seven classes in the day, so you can max out at 7 credits. You get a half credit for each semester, for each hour. I didn't take any study halls, so
Anything shooting this weekend?
well, I'm just trying to think of any more gun news. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head.
That's why I'm asking if anybody's shooting this weekend.
I'll be doing some shooting 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 1 month down, 2 more months to go for me to get back to shooting.
I went shooting last week. I probably won't go for a couple more weeks.
My wrists are feeling just a little bit better, but I still have issues with them every once in a while, so it's a good sign.
Have you tried shooting with your offhand a lot or no?
I've got carpal tunnel on both wrists. My left wrist, it's not as bad as in my right.
That sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something I've always been worried about, because I love shooting and everything, and it's like, hope that don't happen.
Exactly. Doc told me to take 3 months off of any kind of really repetitive motions with my wrists for any length of time. I did go out and because I was near the range and blew through a couple mags, but just kind of get the feeling back after this long winter we had. But I haven't gone out since because it did. I could feel it in my wrists after I was done. That was probably not the smartest thing in the world to do.
And what about when you shoot rifles? Does it still bother you?
Rifles is not so bad, but I'm actually taking it easy on everything.
Hmm.
Yes, I have. Yeah, and I tried. I'm still
also.
almost. Yeah, I'm still working because my right hand's pretty bad. I mean, I still wake up in the morning and my hand's numb.
Ouch.
And tingling. Yeah. It's a point where.
Don't they call that the stranger? when your hand's tingling.
Yeah. But here is the thing. Before, when it was really bad, I couldn't even close my fist in the morning. Now at least I can make almost a complete fist. So now it's getting better.
So carpal tunnel is not permanent?
It is once you weaken it does pretty much stay to the point where it'll easily become weakened again, but you just gotta take care. It's
It'll
not.
heal, but heal only so far.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's kind of like if you sprain or tear ligaments, they repair, but it's a lot easier to tear them again.
Wondering if there's exercise that you can do to increase blood flow to that area.
Well, what it is actually the nerve and the vessel that run through the. I remember the doctor said, and I'm not a doctor. Run through this. Actually, it's a tunnel of almost like cartilage.
Mm-hmm.
And now that tunnel is full of carp.
Yeah.
Well,
now the tunnel is actually closing in on itself. It kind of gets inflamed and closes.
Does anyone know if there's any exercise you can do to help prevent it?
There's nothing you can do to. There's no real exercise. You just can't do the repetitive things over and over again.
I just shoot 40 Smith & Wesson. That way I get consistent pressure on my wrist, and then I'll get all weak.
Right. Oops, we lost Ralph. So, if, say
I like shooting 40, but that's kind of weak.
Yeah, say you spend all day typing on a keyboard. You can get it just from doing that because of the way your wrists are sitting to actually type on the keyboard.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to take breaks and not have that stress on that part of your wrist.
So anybody buying a new gun anytime soon?
I'm trying to save up.
It's not in the budget for me, but when I went to sign up for a CPL class, I saw a CZ75 Rami. It's a subcompact CZ75 platform, and I held it, and I really liked it.
What's the capacity on it, and how much that cost?
It's a 2-finger grip. So I'm guessing probably 10 rounds, but it takes standard pattern CZ mags.
It's also really thick, in my opinion.
No, this didn't feel too thick. It felt thinner than my CZ85. And they really slimmed down the controls on it. It's still a DA-SA, so that doesn't really matter. The fact that you can't easily manipulate the safety doesn't matter, because just carry it in double action. But it felt nice. It was a little bit weird holding with both hands, but in just my right hand it felt nice. Didn't feel bad like I thought a subcompact would. And it was like $560 or something like that. No, $600.
Was it new or is that used?
New. It was new.
Around where I live, they don't have any of those, so I don't know.
I was thinking either that or a P07, maybe.
Yeah, I've been saving for 226.
Yeah.
When do you think you're actually going to be able to get one?
It's a good goal to work for.
Well, it all depends on how much you can save up. It's not going the greatest right now. I've got a lot of expenses, so.
We gotta be offline now, right?
No, we're still on until it actually goes offline on our screens. So, hey, if anybody out there wants to help donate to the Quarks 226 fund, they're more than welcome to.
No.
Every dollar helps.
I don't know. How much do they run where you are? Which model did you want?
The P226 and the 9mm. I thought about going with 40 and then getting the 357 conversion barrel, or getting the 357 and getting the 40 conversion barrel, but not gonna happen. I've got to stick with the lesser recoiling 9mm. And the early I want to get it, because I know as soon as I got it, I want to go shoot it, is after I get the okay or not okay from the doctor.
If you really want a soft shooting 9mm pistol, you should get an AR pistol.
The doctor told him that he could get rid of all this problem by just using a therapeutic Glock, because they've got the correct grip angle. And that's why he got this carpal tunnel in the first place, shooting all those crazy grip angles. Shooting a Glock 9mm would massage your wrist.
Or a CZ75 actually. The CZ75 and the Glock actually does have a little bit more severe grip angle, but the magazine angle is identical between the Glock and the CZ75.
Yeah. Now, if I wanted a soft shooting 9mm, I just get the spongy feeling SR9. But then again, I have to deal with all the safeties and nah.
All 20 of them.
Yeah. No, but you know, the one I shoot right now, the SR, or excuse me, the SR, the SB 2022 is, you know, doesn't recoil a whole lot. It's a nice heavy gun, so you know that helps, and it's a great little gun. Although since Dano was talking so much about it, I've been looking at the Striker Fire, the PPQ too. But I really have my heart set on that 2026 right now, unless it's